Mr. Wade is used to women that, as he told me one time, the only thing a woman can do for him is make him a sandwich. We would have brutal arguments about the fact that I am your equal. I don't need anything from a man. A man is not a plan. A man is a companion. And so there was tension always in our relationship, which is why I would give him his money back. I don't need anybody to foot my bills. The only man who's ever foot my bills completely is my daddy.
Back with attorneys Geraldo Rivera, Shan Wu, and Chandelle Summer as we talk about the testimony from today. You know, Chandelle, you had said that you found that to be not credible. Look, I thought it was sort of self-righteous and preachy, but in the end, there was something that had a ring of truth to it. I mean, the notion that she's making up the idea about the cash, then she's making up stories about her family, and she's making up the reasoning. I don't know. There was something about that. While, you know, I don't know that it was the most appealing way to talk about it, that rang true. You don't agree?
Well, I thought it was alternating sort of self-serving and then throwing him under the bus at certain points. I mean, the idea that she would testify that he had said the only thing a woman is good for is making a sandwich, and you have somebody like this on your staff, it kind of begs the question of why he's still there. Because saying that kind of thing about a woman is very derogatory, and you'd think she would want to terminate him, but yet for some reason he's still on the staff, he's still on the case, which suggests to me that maybe she doesn't want him to be terminated because he might say that they had an affair.
Well, but Shan, maybe the most significant thing people really aren't talking about is that this all started because Nathan Wade had never tried a felony case as a prosecutor before, and there were questions about why he would have been chosen in the first place.
Yeah, I personally think those are very sketchy accusations to throw at him, and I do think that's a racial issue. I think there's a higher standard sometimes for minority attorneys. I've faced that, and there are so many lawyers and big partners and firms, there are judges, Supreme Court judges, who have not tried cases. This guy's been a municipal court judge, he's been in the courtroom a lot, and proof's in the pudding. He's done a good job managing this case. So I think that the qualifications issue is a false issue with regard to Wade.
Let me play a little bit more of Nathan Wade. This is him insisting that Fani Willis reimbursed him in cash, number 11.
You said in the affidavit that you roughly shared travel, though, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this roughly sharing travel, you're saying she reimbursed you?
She did.
And where did you deposit the money she reimbursed you?
Oh, it was cash. She didn't give me checks.
You know, Geraldo, they both would have to be you know, making these such bald-faced lies, right? Again and again and again, under oath, willing to risk their entire careers and futures to make up this story. And that's the part that I wonder about.
Lovers always think they're so clever. And I agree that they have done an excellent job lawyer-wise. I think that for an attorney who has not prosecuted a case of this nature, he has been spot on, as has the district attorney. They have presented, I have no problems with the per se legal representation they have given the taxpayers of Fulton County. None. The problem is, did they lie about their relationship? If you lie, that is perjury. You lie under oath. All right, I started in January. I started in February. He didn't sleep with me anymore. You know,
What's the
only
definition
makes,
of romantic?
Women only make sandwiches and all that. That's why I say it's a tragedy. It is, because they didn't. She should have known better. You can't go sneaking around in a case when everybody in the world is watching.
Look, there have been so many problems with this case from her perspective that I have chronicled for months now, and yet, oddly, somehow, as I see her on the witness stand, I find myself finding her credible. And that doesn't change the fact that I think that there are a lot of challenges and problems with the way that this case has been handled, and certainly with the ridiculousness of where we are today. Geraldo Rivera is going to stick around. Chandelle Summer and Shan Wu, thank you both very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.